Oppressing, no. You see, I could, if you want to use terms like bullying and oppressing, I could use those terms in terms of the letter that the UUA hired Stikeman Elliott to have me served with.
But I'm not the UUA. I'm
yes,
not
but you're a
Elliott.
Unitarian. You should be concerned about this.
Is.
You should be concerned about this because this is injustice committed by Unitarian Universalists.
You were saying that you know who is guilty of what, and you don't even know these people.
John, I can read newspapers. You haven't met them either.
There's no cover. Just read in the newspaper.
John, no.
That's fine.
You keep ignoring, and you know, you're just spouting bullshit because you know what the truth is. I've already told you the truth is the cover-up is the UUA trying to get me to remove blog posts that tell the truth. That is the cover-up.
Yeah, and doesn't give you a right to persecute people who want to go to church on a Sunday morning who had nothing to do with it.
No, you're mistaken,
we had
John.
nothing to do with it.
You're mistaken. Actually,
well, come on.
Unitarians
we didn't have anything to do
What
with
I'm saying is you should be concerned. As a Unitarian, you should be concerned about this injustice that the UUA is engaged in, but you're not. You condone it.
But the thing is,
you've done nothing to speak out against it. You've done nothing.
I don't disagree with
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The guy who was guilty went to jail, so there is no problem.
No. You're
out of whack.
No. It's the UUA that's out of whack.
You get an idea in your head, and you're stuck on it.
No, actually, it's the UUA that's stuck in it because they won't refuse this. They won't withdraw. If the UUA withdrew,
you don't have to do what you say.
No, but you don't get it. You're saying I'm stuck. You're saying I'm stuck.
Make people say what you want them to say.
You're saying I'm stuck, but in fact, it's the UUA and Stikeman Elliott that are stuck on accusing me of blasphemous libel. They could withdraw the accusation. They could say, sorry, Robin, we were wrong. We made a mistake, but they haven't done that.
Who's been coming here for 16 years?
You're switching subjects.
Down, mumbling into their camera. I'm sorry, stuck. I'm Mr. Edgar. You're the definition of stuck.
No, you're the definition of stuck too, because you haven't. You speak about me doing protesting for 16 years. I
just want to
and your
attend the church of my choice in peace.
Well,
how am I stuck?
You're stuck by not dealing. You're not dealing with the reasons for the protest. If you dealt with the reasons for the protest, it would have been ended. There is no issue. Yes. See, that's it.
Deal with their problems.
No. I'm talking about. No, I'm not. I'm talking about your problems now, John. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about my protest began well before June 1st of 2012.
Because you didn't like what a minister said to you.
Because I didn't like what a minister... It's funny because I get the UUA... the UUA doesn't like what I say about Unitarian Universalists, pedophiles, and rapists. I never said that, John.
The son of...
I never said that.
It was.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Documentation.
No, what I said is... See, this is again how fucked up you are.
Tell me. No, just tell me. Did I get it wrong?
Yes, you got it wrong. Yes, you got it wrong.
What is the truth?
The truth, and it's documented, is that I am claiming that when the sun is totally eclipsed,
okay,
and it's covered by the moon,
okay,
and you've got this big black circle up in the sky,
okay,
and then there's the sun's corona becomes visible,
beautiful,
fantastic, and it looks like rays coming out all around the sun.
And you did great photographs of it.
Actually, I haven't, but in any case, it does in fact look like an eye. It looks like a pupil and iris of an eye.
You can think that. It's fine.
Hang on. It's not just me who thinks that. What I'm saying is I had a revelatory religious experience that put a profound emphasis on the omniscience of God. And what I'm saying is that event, not the sun itself, symbolizes God's omniscience. So there's a huge difference between saying the sun is the actual eye of God, which is what you're trying to say that I'm saying, which is not what I'm saying, and saying that this symbolizes an aspect of God.
Okay,
there's a big difference.
Thank you. I'm sorry I got it wrong.
Well, yeah.
I have to go over it now. Sorry I can't, but
yeah,
thank you. I had it wrong, and now I
Good, well, I suggest I think you need to admit getting a few other things wrong too. Then this protest will end. When you get ready to admit to a variety of other mistakes, this protest can... Right, but you got the message. I'm making it clear that I am protesting because you and other Unitarians got a lot of stuff wrong. You just admitted to one of them. There's a lot more to admit to. I suggest you start doing it. So that was John Ender, as usual. He accused me of bullying, but he's like totally trying to control the conversation. You know, when I'm trying to answer his questions, he's like interrupting and giving a different spin on things. So I'm trying to answer questions properly or respond to statements he's made properly, and he, butts in and misrepresents, what we're actually speaking about. But it's nice to hear John Inder, give the false information, which he has been giving for years. For years, John Inder has been pretending that I'm claiming that the sun is the actual eye of God. Now if I was claiming that the sun was the actual eye of God, I could see how people might think, that's, a bit, how can I put it? Why don't we just say primitive for the time being? That it's basically not very realistic. And John Inder has misrepresented, what I've said about the total solar eclipse on a fair number of occasions. And in doing so, he misrepresents what I'm actually saying. And he does so not only to the church itself, but to the public, because John is being quoted in newspaper articles saying that, that I was claiming that the sun was the eye of God, when in fact I'm doing no such thing. There's a big difference between saying the sun is the actual eye of God, which I'm absolutely not doing, and saying, well, actually, the very precise mathematical relationship which causes the sun and the moon to have almost identical apparent sizes when viewed from the surface of the Earth, even though they have vastly different actual sizes. But there's interesting mathematics there where the the difference in the diameter of the sun and the moon, which is a ratio of about 400 to 1. The sun is about 400 times greater in diameter than the moon, but this is counteracted by the fact that the moon is approximately 400 times closer to the Earth than the sun. So this provides a one-to-one, apparent size relationship with some fluctuation due to the orbits being elliptical rather than circular. Hi,
so
sir.
what's your end game? Because they're never gonna.
Well, so you keep saying that. I know they're never going to. Put it this way: I don't mind if they never. I'll just keep protesting until I.
So you're gonna do this for the next 20 years?
Probably not 20. Actually, one of my end games has been to declare moral victory at some point. I actually intended to do that in 2008, but they caused some problems to make me continue protesting. So, I might declare moral victory in a few years. Anyhow, this guy's asking me what my end game is, but let me get back to John Inder's misrepresentation. And John Inder's constantly all of our discussion there was just constant misrepresentation of the actual truth. But getting back to that, so as I had a very profound religious experience in January of 1992. That's when it began. In fact, it began at the end of January of 1992. It actually went on for some months in terms of very, very unusual, meaningful coincidences happening. The phenomena that Carl Jung called synchronicity. So it wasn't just there was no vision involved. I didn't hear any voices. It was just these incredible series of very unusual coincidences that had symbolic meaning. And they brought me to the, so-called coincidence of the apparent size of the sun and the moon being the same. What? Yeah, or psychotic, but no, I'm talking to the camera. It's hard to tell the difference between the psychotic people and the ones talking to their phones these days, or their cameras for that matter.
Coming up behind you.
No, exactly. No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It used to be, if you went back 20 years, you knew what you were dealing with. Not anymore. So anyway, getting back to, and this is interesting because basically, Reverend Ray Drennan and other leading members of the Unitarian Church in Montreal are claiming that I'm psychotic. because I'm claiming a profound revelatory religious experience. And this is one of the reasons why I began my protest, because basically it is abusive, I think is a fair word, certainly unprofessional and unethical for Reverend Ray Drennan especially, but also other leading members of the Unitarian Church Montreal, to label me as psychotic because I'm claiming a profound revelatory religious experience, even though I've never actually been diagnosed with any serious mental illness. And especially in light of the fact that as a result of being accused of being psychotic by Reverend Ray Drennan, as part of dealing with that accusation, I actually did go and get quite thoroughly examined by a psychiatrist who examined me for at least an hour on 2 different occasions, spread about 2 months apart, and could find no traces of psychosis in me, none whatsoever. I explained to him very clearly, what was going on, what I'd experienced, and what had come out of it, and this guy could find no trace of psychosis. And he wrote a nice little note to the attention of Reverend Ray Drennan, to say nothing of other leading members of the church, saying, well, I've examined Rob and Edgar, and I haven't found any psychosis in them, no traces even, Did that cause Reverend Ray Drennan to retract his, claim that my religious experience was a psychotic experience? Did that cause the leaders of the Unitarian Church of Montreal to tell Ray Drennan that he should retract and apologize? No. They just ignored that. As a result of them ignoring that letter, sometime later, I can't remember exactly how long it was, but because it was clear that they had totally ignored what this psychiatrist had said in the note, which was given to Reverend Ray Drennan, and if I'm not mistaken, also the board of the church.